Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I look a little lighter than the incredible Glenn Lundy, but my spirit is the same. Here we are this morning for episode 829 of Rise and Grind. Now, how on earth is Danelle Delgado up this early in the morning? Well, it's because I haven't yet gone to bed. It's 11:30 here in Maui tonight. It's 11:30 in Hawaii. I am alohaing you from here a little more color than I had yesterday, and I am here filling in for Glenn. Glenn is on an airplane. Let's be praying him up, sending him off for an incredible break this morning. What an honor to take over for Rise and Grind and Clubhouse this morning. When I'm finished here on live on Facebook, friends, you better be meeting me over in the club, Breakfast with Champions. So I can't wait to see you. I understand every single one of you have been talking about friends, how to be an incredible friend, how to build better ones. What are some of these characteristics and traits that really change you, your communication, your relationship, and your impact on others? Well, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about because I love peopling. All right, if you're in the house over here on Rise and Grind, I want to hear you. Say hi. Where are you coming in from? Tell me what time zone you're in. I don't even know at this point. I'm so excited this morning because last night I got my luggage that had been missing for 4 days. So I'm super excited. It went Atlanta to Maui, and so I got it up in here. But I'm going to talk peopling today, all right? I'm going to talk peopling in a new way. So let me just explain this to you. If I have not yet met you yet, I'm sorry. I can't wait to meet you. I'm Danelle Delgado. As Glenn Lundy, how does it say? He's a husband to 1. He's a father to 8. Well, I'm a mama to 3 and a wife to none. And I'm excited to show you how to help your friends' work get done. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. I want to talk to you about this because I've been listening to people both on Clubhouse and over here in Rise and Grind where you're sharing this out and tagging your friends this morning to wake them up. Okay? I've been listening to people who are impacted by how people interact with them. Good morning, guys. Hey, Don Sankey. Hey, Sean. Good to see you, Kevin. Okay. Danelle, that's right. Okay. So I've been watching people learn and listen and talk about how, sometimes it's hard to hear feedback from friends. Sometimes you have friends who are occasional friends. Sometimes you have these friends who've been in your walk of life for years, right? And then they go away for a long time and you pick right back up where you started when you come back together. But I tell you what, I pride myself on being very, very careful with who is in my life. And I believe that how I have built such incredible relationships like the one that I have with Glenn Lundy. He's truly one of the best friends I've ever had in my entire life, right? What started as me speaking on stage, seeing him raise his hand, watching him walk up to me and tell me, hey, you were speaking to me. I was the one that you meant. Right? When you said you're going to be in here and you're here to reach one, that one was me and I'm going to go do this. And we got to have a mentorship relationship and then a friendship and then our families became friends. I pride myself on this and I believe it's for a couple of reasons. I want to challenge every single one of you today. How many of you guys, I want you to think about this, could have better friends? You could use some more people that you trust, some more people who are on your side of the track, some more people who have your back, right? To where you no longer have to watch yours. That's what I want for every single one of you guys. So today, real quickly, as we're throwing down here on Rise and Grind and in Clubhouse, I want to talk to you about these 3 areas, okay? I'm helping people make money all over the globe. I'm helping them grow their brands, build their businesses, scale, focus, set goals correctly with metrics attached and give them a timeline and stamp it. Man, the only way we can get things done is to focus. So I want to help you focus on your friend zone this week, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Hi, guys. There's a ton of you on here. I haven't yet met, so good morning. Good morning. It's so wonderful to see you in here, okay? I want you to understand, okay? So many people out there are friends who are so, they're so worried about the kind of friend that they are going to be, that they're delicate with that relationship rather than direct. Right? They want to make friends rather than grow and challenge friends. They want to have people like them as opposed to be the one who forces people to ascend. Right? I want you to think of how many times in a relationship, in a friendship, you have been forced to hold your tongue. You've been convinced to hold your tongue. You have been afraid to say what you actually think. If you have had any of those thoughts, I want you to take a look in the mirror real quick and say, how good of a friend really am I? How good of a friend am I if God puts something on my heart, or the world, or my experiences, or my knowledge, my background, put something on my heart to share with a human, and I chose to shut it down? I want you to think about all the things in your life that had to happen up until that point so that you would have the wisdom and the courage that you needed to run into this specific person at this specific time and say what needed to be said. And you chose to shut it down. And I want you to think about this, okay? On Clubhouse, let me see your mics. If you have done that before, you held your tongue when you should have spoke up. On Facebook, let me see you over here. If you have, drop your favorite emoji, okay? I want you thinking about this. Now, I do think the older we get, the more we truly share our voice and our mind, and we figure things out. How many of you believe that other people who have also known better have held their tongue to you, have not shared all of the different things that they thought that could help you, okay? I know sometimes we're concerned with just making sure people feel good. Well, beyond what happens where people feel good, right, is the actions that they must take in order to be great. Not feel great, but to be great. So many people are out there making friends and connecting with people and making them feel good. Well, feelings in business and in life never solve problems. They actually cause them. And so I want to challenge you that when you are actually, when you are really trying to build great relationships, you should be strong-minded. You should be outspoken. You should be the human who is unemotional, but completely focused on that person's results and ascent. Okay? So, good morning, guys. I love y'all up in here saying good morning. This is so nice. I have got to move to a different coast so I can be up with you guys at the same hour, because it's 3:30 at my house, it's 11:30 here, and it's 5:30 where Glenn is. So let me just tell you, I got to move to a new house. I'm moving. There you are. You heard it first. You have breaking news. Okay, so let's stay in here, okay? I don't want people feeling great. I want them to be great. And if you are my friend, it's not always going to feel great. I want to make sure that you live uncomfortable, because uncomfortable is where all of your greatness is called to the floor. Your best moves and actions don't come when you're complacent. They don't come when you're confident. They come when you require courage. And so I want you to think about how many friends you have called into their courage. How many friends you have helped them be great rather than feel great. So I want to talk to you about this, okay? I believe I'm an incredible friend, and I believe you are too, or you wouldn't be on here. You wouldn't love Glenn Lundy. But there's 3 pivot points. There are 3 really great focus points for you to be the most exceptional friends. And these 3 positions, if you can become a human who sees these 3 moments in people's lives, you will build friendships for life. Like those friendships like Glenn Lundy and I have, where we have each other's back so good that we never have to worry about our backs. Does that make sense? Okay, there's Danelle Delgado up in here. Danelle is a friend like this. She has both of our backs, like nobody's business, okay? So these three places, I want you to become an expert at spotting them, right? Spotting these three spots where you need to step in, and also being the expert who can walk through these with people. And I want you to think about this. For a living, I walk into companies, offices, and moments with humans who are in crisis, usually. They're either in pain because they know that they have more in them and they're not quite sure how to execute on it. They know that they need to make more money and they're desperate to do it. They might need it for a specific thing. They need to raise money. They need to change. They need out of a position that is hurting them. Or I walk into a company that is not getting the results that they need. So when I walk in, I am the woman who comes in a crisis when everyone is frowning, upset, not getting results, and they're like, oh great, who's this lady? She's gonna solve all our problems and she just wants us to write down gratitude and talk about joy. Okay, I'm not always loved the first moment that I walk in, but I am always loved the moment I walk out that door. And it is because I am the human who can walk in a crisis and keep people grounded, unemotional, tactical, and still have fun while we're solving problems and becoming great rather than feeling great. Now, we're going to feel good if I'm around. I will tell you that. But feel good is not a necessity to be great. I just want you to understand this, okay? So I'm going to talk you through real quickly these three transition points, these three tactical elements that you need to be able to recognize and respect in every relation you have, okay? Every relationship, every friendship. The first one is this. What kind of human are you in trials? Okay? I want you to take a look at the biggest trials you have had in your life. This is the first spot that you need to become remarkable in. When trials of life happen and you actually are your best self as opposed to any other time in your life, like when things get hard, you get good. This means you are ready to help the trials of others. I can't tell you how many people I meet and they're like, Danelle, I just want to change the world. I want to serve others. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm watching you suck in your own trial. I'm watching you cry, spit fire, hate, blame, and do all these things. I'm like, you're not ready to change other people's worlds. We got to change yours. So step number one is noticing trials in your own life and becoming this incredible problem solver. This person who, when we got a challenge, we're going to write down 100 solutions and try the first 3 that we think are going to become best. We are going to become action takers and calm and collected and focused and eliminating things that distract us, moving forward on these trials. Because when we do that and we get results all the time through any trial, guess who else wants us to be their grounded support? Their grounded support during their trials. I have people fly into my house after massive destruction and trials in their life. I fly in to crisis and I help them in moments switch their mindset, switch their focus, have a plan, right? I do not allow you to puke on my day, all right? I don't allow you to puke on your own. This is like when I start talking about toxic positivity, that fake thing that people made up to make themselves uncomfortable or comfortable. It makes everyone look like a moron, but let's not talk about that today, okay? I'm just gonna tell you, when I learned to master my own trials, I learned to see them in others and help them navigate them faster than anyone else. When you can navigate problems for people, because some people think a good friend is just a listener, they'll sit there and take in all of their crap all day long. Just pour it out. Just get it out, sister. Get it out, brother. Just let it out. That's not the kind of friend I am. I'm actually a great friend. I'm a great friend who won't let you waste moments of your life because time is all that you have on complaining. If there is something we can do about it, you are never allowed to complain about it. Ever. Not in my lifetime. Okay, so I want to challenge you with that same task. I want you to say, man, right? I am vanilla ice. If there is a problem, I'll solve it. Right? You can hear the music now, can't you? Okay, I believe it. I believe this in you. You have to do it for you, then you can do it for others. Okay, that's step number one. That's the first point you have to notice. If you really want the greatest people in your life who will have your back like nothing else, you got to have your own back, right? You got to have your own back like you have, like nothing phases you, right? I've had cancer, divorce, earned money, lost money, started over, stabbed in the back, shredded online, built up online. I'm telling you, I've experienced a lot in a very short amount of time in business and on this earth and on the line. And I can tell you, trials are my A game. Bring them on, right? You have yours? Great. Bring yours on too. These shoulders, I will lend the world my shoulders because I can carry your trials and mine. And what happens, a lot of people want to serve the world so much and they say they're servants and they just help everyone. What happens is they start attracting victims. They start attracting all of these cases of humans who just want to complain. Listen, I am servant-hearted leader, but I tell you what, I will serve you so hard, your crap does not have time to be shared, right? I will help you focus in on a direct result and an incredible move so you will never face another trial as the same human again. Okay, that's the first sector that I want you to, take a look at yourself. How good are you in trials? How good are you with other people? A lot of people are like, I just love helping people with their problems. I'm like, you gotta fix yours, right? It's great that you want to help people, but actually find tips and strategies and tools that help you execute and win faster so you can help everybody else. Okay, a lot of people tell me, well, Danelle, you can't just be sunshine and rainbows all the time. You have to have a place to vent. Who told you that? What human told you that you have to spend moments of this short life venting? Who does it help? What does it serve? You show me what impact complaining has in this world, or venting or talking horrible about someone who hurt you. Give me any positive thing that happens when you take a moment to do that. The only thing that happens is you multiply your own crap. Okay? And you bring somebody else into it. So I want to challenge you, if you want the most remarkable people in your world, you master your trials and you use those systems with other people in your life who need them. You force them forward. Not about feeling good, but being great. Okay? That's tip number one. Tip number one, okay? Step number two, you got to learn. Step number two is being there for people in time of transition. Time of transition, okay? This is how I met Glenn Lundy. Glenn Lundy was in a time of transition. Glenn Lundy was crushing it in the auto world. He was crushing it. I love the Cummins family and all they did in the auto world. He was going, Danelle, I'm called to more. I know what to do, but I'm not doing it, right? He was in this moment of pain. I want to do more, but I'm so good here. How do I break free from here and create something else? He was in a moment of transition, being called by God and scared to death. I will tell you, transitions are when people need ironclad strength. They need lighthouses, they need pillars, they need somebody who has run their race and crushed it so that they can ask questions to. I want you to work on becoming a human of so many results and so many wins that you're not afraid to share it, that you are the greatest hope lighthouse dealer that there is in the world. So that when people are in moments of transitions, they look to you and they say, okay, you did it, I can too. Right? Not just telling them, not just a loud mouth. I want you to understand, if you can be there for people in times of their transitions, when they're confused, when they need to understand, when they need steps and tactics and they need friends, okay? There's Glenny's tapping in from the airplane, okay? I want you to think about this, okay? As he was getting ready to soar, he just needed somebody to be like, fly this way, fly this way. This is familiar, see? Right? And then once he did it, guess what happened? Glenn became one of the greatest masters in helping other people through their times of transitions. Right? What has to happen in a time of transition? You need solid ground. How solid are you? Are you counted on daily? Look at the morning 5 Glenn created. This was a strategy that Glenn used that helps people through their times of trials, their times of transition, their day-to-day. This is absolutely what is needed, okay? If you look at the trials of life, this means you've got to be a friend for people short-term in those moments and those bursts of hard times. We all have them, from our health to our wealth to our families to our friends to our relationships. We all have trials. Those are short-term. You got to be able to be there for them short-term in the hard stuff. You got to be there consistently for their constant transitions. Okay, there's going to be transitions consistently throughout life. These are going to be friends who are going to be around longer. Friends who are going to count on you from time to time and go, hey, we're having a baby. Hey, I'm getting married. I did those two backwards. Those are supposed to happen the other way. Well, whatever. Make your rules, okay? Then you need to be there when they're looking for career transitions and life transitions and thought process transitions. I remember as I was transitioning from normal human to avid reader, learner, entrepreneur, right? I remember that transition, and I watched how many friends were not really friends during my transition. How many people were afraid? How many people were scared, ran away, mistreated me? Didn't like it. Didn't like it because I was no longer being a servant to all the complaining. I was actually trying to adjust. Listen, some friends are meant to be in our life forever, some for a moment. Some we just have for just moments of inspiration. But let me just tell you, when you master your transitions and being there and seeing people in theirs, when you can give them a calm grounding and say, hey, this isn't life crisis, this is a transition. Let's help you through it. What's the goal on the other side? Okay, these are the kinds of friends that people are actually looking for in this life. Listen, I don't want you all up in your feels. I want you all up in your progress. Let's help you do that during this moment of transition. I'm going to be there consistently for you, okay? And this last one is really, really important. Okay, this is the friend that is going to be there long term. These are your lifers. Okay, this is, Glenn and I became friends in trials, in transitions, and this is the one that happened after. Okay, this is what I wish for you. This is how you're going to gain those friends that will change your life, and you'll probably change the world together. You need to learn how to be, and I'm not saying all of you aren't right now. I'm just saying, I'm talking to you like I talk to me. Okay, I talk to myself about getting better in every single area of my life every single day. I will have never arrived until I arrive in heaven one day. Okay, and that's all I got. So I just want you to understand this. This last one is the long-term friend. This is the people who are in it for the long haul, that you have similar values and characteristics, and you find yourself coming together for this last moment of importance, which is being there for people in their transformations. Okay, transitions are moments where they go from here to there and they move forward. Transformation is life will never be the same after this process, okay? So I want you to think about this. Who do you know that has been through a massive life transformation where they have known that they needed to change, where they took the time to gain the knowledge, the mentorship, the information that they would need to change forever, that you watch them trial and error, because anytime we try something new, it is never good the first time. It's just not. So you've watched them win and lose and win and lose and win and lose. And you're there with them through that. And you're there with them tweaking and creating and becoming something new. And you get to see the caterpillar go to the butterfly. You get to see the fearful entrepreneur become a strong, confident, and competent human who is going to lead other people through the fire. I want to tell you, man, as you go through transformation, the people in your life will usually be there for the rest of your life. And this is our gift, right? Most people are out there just trying to help people feel good. I want you to help them be great. And I want you to be able to notice, because you've done it in your own life, that you are a master of trials. You are a master of transitions and you are a master of transformation, that it's something you ache for, you long for, and you can see people in the thick of it and you can be their shining light, their red carpet, their accelerator, their encourager, their cheerleader, with direct, focused language, that there is no time for losing, right? Glenn and I were talking about what I was going to chat about this morning, and we were laughing. He goes, the song that I keep hearing is Garth Brooks. I'm like, Glenn, you listen to Garth Brooks? I never, must be because you're from Kentucky. And he goes, I've got friends in low places. And I said, listen, you know what's crazy is the people I met in some of my low places are my friends for life. The people I met in my times of trials where it was ugly, the people I met in my times of transition where it was hard and I cried a lot for moments, where I was transforming and it was breaking me wide open, and I was able to take that fire that I was in and use it to progress my life. Ladies and gentlemen, the friends you make in your low places will teach you more about yourself and how to be a friend in other people's low places than anything in the world. And I want you focused on growing these 3 areas as a friend for yourself and for your future. Because I guarantee you, the people in your life that you walk through trials, transitions, and transformations together are the key to your acceleration up every mountain you're ever going to climb. It's not the people who are there for you when it's good. It's not the people who are there for you when it's easy. It is absolutely 100% the people who are with you in the low that progress you through. So I want you to be a master of the low places. A master of the low places where your best energy, your best magic, your best fire, your best moves happen when life is hard. When you become that person, ladies and gentlemen, episode 829 of Rise and Grind, you will be the person who helps people both feel good and be great. Because you know what's on the other side. You've lost so many times doing it the other way that you understand you're simply going to lose at life if you lose in those moments. And you won't afford it. You can't. You can't afford to. Life's too short. You get cancer once, you get cancer twice, you get cancer 3 times. You realize how precious a minute is, how precious a 30-second is, that you don't need all night crying. You don't need to worry about people who don't love you and people who don't like you. You need to focus on mastering your moments of trials and transitions and transformations so that you can save the other people who would never spend time in any of that stuff and only be focused on progress. Because if you and I aren't out there becoming the absolute best human we can be, how on earth are we going to impact the people that God put in front of us? I guarantee you, all of you have a Glenn Lundy out there who's going to raise his hand and say, I need you. And it's going to be the gift of your life to say, I gave him a moment that led to an incredible overcoming of a trial, an incredible processing of a transition, and an absolutely mind-blowing transformation to where now this human is a global leader, a massive impactor, a family leader, an incredible father, gift, friend, sister, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to help you have friends in all the right places by mastering these 3 moves. That's it. Episode 829. I love y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Glenn, thank you for having me. See you guys tomorrow, but today for you. Good night for me. Bye, guys.